reacting to FNAF Unsolved, the mystery of the missing children. Let's get to the video. Let me make sure everything's turned up and...
Today, on FNAF Unsolved, we take a first step into the world of Freddy's, now a shut-down establishment, and we explore one of the crimes of the century that led to the end of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. Welcome to Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, a magical place for kids and grown-ups alike,
where fantasy and fun come to life.
You must be
I used to play this
absolutely
game.
Insane to come here. Like, if I went to any sort of restaurant or pizzeria, I would not want to be greeted by this massive smiling bear when I come through the door.
Same.
No child would come in, no children. I would get someone to pay me like $50 to even get me to enter this pizzeria. No siree. The establishments were shut down and abandoned not many years after they first opened. The co-founders of the company it was run by, Fazbear Entertainment, were called William Afton and Henry Emily. But little did they know, when building the foundations, that one day, one of them would be a murderer. June 26th of an unknown year, 5 children suddenly vanished with no evidence as to where they had gone. There was one similarity between all 5 children, however. They had all visited and gone missing at the same location, Freddy Fazbear's Pizza,
Wow.
leading to a shutdown of the company. Can you just imagine? You're this, I don't know, 21-year-old guy, and you've opened your own business and everything. Then one day you suddenly say to yourself, "Ha! I'm going to troll myself. I'm gonna kill a few of our customers and shut my own business down." You must either really hate the other co-founder, or you literally hate everyone. I mean, there's just no logic to it. Maybe this should be the unsolved mystery of the killer's motivation. In 1993, one abandoned pizzeria in particular was explored, and was found to be haunted. A man by the name of Mike Schmidt was one to take the role as a night guard at this location, and discovered tapes of an instructor being slaughtered by something supernatural.
Oh, hey, wow, Dave.
I remember this from the video game.
Do it. Hey, listen, I may not be around to send you a message tomorrow. It's been a bad night here for me. I'm kind of glad that I recorded my message.
I would quit talking. This part would scare me.
When I did. Hey, do me a favor. Maybe sometime you could check inside those suits in the back room. I'm going to try to hold out until someone checks. Maybe it won't be so bad. I always wondered what was in all those empty heads back there. You know. Oh no.
This man, who has not yet been identified, was previously a night guard and had informed Mike about what to expect. And what occurred was something so absurd. The robots would move around at night, though switched off. It was as if something had controlled them. Freddy, Bonnie, Chica and Foxy were alive during the night, bloodthirsty as Mike was in the main office for 6 hours every night. If you worked at this abandoned pizzeria and you saw Bonnie's gaze through a doorway as if he wanted to kill you, what would you do? Because, let's be honest, there's not a lot that you could really do, especially when you're playing with essentially demons. Nobody would believe you either, so you can't just be like, "I'm going to tell my mama about you." I would probably just drop everything, flip off a few animatronics while they're still inactive, and walk straight out the door. I don't care if I get fired. I do care, however, if I get fired, if you know what I mean. So maybe this should be the unsolved mystery of the night guard's motivation. And that's exactly what happened. Mike was fired for, quote, tampering with the animatronics, general unprofessionalism, odor, unquote. At least he was able to leave the job with a soul. But what happened? One day children go missing, and then a whole chain of establishments go haunted. There's missing information such as who the guy on the phone is, where the dead bodies went, and who the murderer was. So, let's get into the theories on what actually happened to the abandoned pizza place. The first theory places the name for the phone guy as Dave. Policemen in the area found the culprit, and they went by the name Dave, or formerly known as William Afton. Afton was the killer of the children all along, and was always hidden in the shadows. Evidence for him being the phone guy is he states in a tape recorded back in 1987 how Foxy was his favourite, whilst he has 3 children, one of which always wears the Foxy mask.
Hello? See, I told you wouldn't have any problems. Did, Foxy ever appear in the
These
hallway?
recordings are creepy. In my
Probably
opinion.
not. I was just curious. Like I said, he was always my favorite. They tried to remake Foxy, you know? They thought the first one was too scary, so they redesigned him to be more kid-friendly and put him in Kids Cove. To keep the toddlers entertained, you know.
It is possible that Afton hints towards his family here, but this theory doesn't exactly add up. Who the instructor is, nobody knows, but he was slaughtered on tape, and Afton still lives.
Oh, hey, wow, day 4. I knew you could do it. Hey, listen, I may not be around to send you a message tomorrow. It's been a bad night
That
here
knocking just
for
gets
me.
me.
I'm kind of glad that I recorded my messages for you when I did. Hey, do me a favor. Maybe sometime
It
you
must
could
be a
check
nut
inside
when he
those
could
suits
just keep
in the
talking
back
when,
room.
when they're knocking.
I'm going to try to hold out until someone checks. Maybe it won't be so bad. I always wondered what was in all those empty heads back there. You know. Oh no.
Same year's tape, the phone guy speaks about someone who used a yellow suit when they weren't supposed to. Could this have been Afton? And could this incident have occurred in 1987? Do you ever just lose track of years? I mean, I'm almost 18 and it feels like I've been on this rock for at least 50 years.
I'm
Time
20, I feel the
is hard to
same way.
keep a grasp of, but why does nobody know what year this was? Well, I'll tell you. The parents don't pay attention and they don't know what year their children went missing. You're at a restaurant and a few hours in you realise that your child has been missing for a while. You call the police and they ask you what
I
time
would
they went
remember
missing.
what time, to be honest.
How are you supposed to know?
I
Oh yeah,
would.
it was approximately 2:51 PM when I saw my child go missing. The second theory accounts for the bigger story of the missing children's incident. There were 5 children, and there were 4 animatronics. If there was just one more
There's gonna be
animatronic,
one more,
it would
right?
make sense that the children's souls were the things that were controlling the robots. From other workings of Afton Robotics, blueprints show that other animatronics were designed to capture children. There was a luring device used to lure the children to the animatronic, and there was a storage tank which was planned to contain infants. The theory also explains why the animatronics were said to have an ooze of blood and mucus, and why if you listen close enough you can hear the screaming and the insanity of the children inside. Additionally,
sound
workers
is
were said to
so
have seen one
creepy.
other animatronic within the building, a hallucination, if you will, of a yellow-coloured Freddy. This theory includes this animatronic, who is said to have lived in the kitchen, where the cameras are disabled. It is believed that what is called the Golden Freddy is the most supernatural of them all, glitching through walls and haunting anybody who enters the building. But nobody knows why he is the most powerful, nor why he is there at all. I think this holds a good theory. Sure, it can be developed upon, but it creates this connection between these haunted animatronics that have suddenly turned savage and these 5 children who suddenly went
Yeah.
missing. It makes sense for the children to have been stuffed into these animatronics, but the amount of voodoo required to get them to walk around the night. But Jesus. I can hardly make myself toast without burning it, and these children are dead, ready for revenge, I guess? All
Yeah.
5 children were inside of these 5 animatronics, but it is certainly unknown as to why they act like they do. Which brings us to the final theory. Supposing the children were in fact killed and stuffed into these robots, what makes them want to kill Schmidt? One theory states that it is all for revenge, and that Mike Schmidt is none other than William Afton. He gets fired for odour, something that could definitely be due to the guilt of murdering 5 children. From also being fired for tampering with the animatronics, could it be that an experiment went wrong and led to Afton trying to stop himself being murdered by his own murders?
That's what I
Either
think.
that, or Mike Schmidt is somebody like Afton, a shadowy figure that is easy enough to confuse with when you are a child. Whoever Mike Schmidt is, he is a monster, and lucky enough to escape the pizzeria with his body. I think Mike Schmidt could be Barney the dinosaur. Weren't there 5 children in that TV show? Also, there was a TV show called Fredbear and Friends that first started in 1983, like Barney and Friends that also started in 1983, I think we have ourselves a winning theory. With the speculation of what happened to the children with now identified names, Gabriel, Susie, Fritz, Jeremy, and Cassidy, this incident could be classed as the line that was crossed to lead to the closing of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, and with continued hallucinations and supernatural events, this case remains unsolved.
Wow. That was really interesting. This was requested by a friend of mine who knows I have played Five Nights at Freddy's and knows that I watch a bunch of videos on them a lot, actually. But it's been a long time since I've actually played the video game. But that was really interesting. I'd never even thought about theories about the game or anything like that, but I kind of get it though. And it's kind of fun to make theories about games and stuff like that, you know, that didn't really happen. So that was really interesting. Tell me what you think in the comments about this, because this was pretty cool. This was pretty interesting, kind of creepy as usual. I mean, it's FNAF, it's gonna be creepy. But thank you all for watching, and stay tuned for the next reaction video. Please like, comment, subscribe, and click the notification bell to get notified. That was really creepy though, and really kind of scary. And I kind of have to agree with the theory about I can't even remember his name now, but I do agree that he was probably the killer, and that's kind of the reason why the kids would take revenge on him. And that's why they walk around at night and stuff, and that's kind of my theory too. I agree with them though. But tell me what you think in the comments. Thank you all for watching.